925. AT&T Park broke the sellout record in those years, and that record started years before the World Series title, Steiny. You're a hater. No, you misunderstood 925, but I understand why. The San Francisco Giants, this is what I'm
They're
getting
in
at.
it.
They're in it, but nobody cares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Giants have had this is what I'm talking about, 925. Yeah. They had 9 straight years where they drew over 3,100,000 people. In the last 4 years, they have not done that. They've not come close to breaking the 3 million mark.
What's your answer to that?
Including the 107 year.
So
that's my question.
That's concerning.
Why? And I get COVID's a big factor, but they went down before COVID.
But I think you know why. And it's what we've all, Dibbs, Willard, Bonte, they don't have what you just said, a star. They're not the Padres. And I'm not saying you have to be, but this is a franchise that had Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Jack Clark, Hackman Leonard, Buster Posey.
Yeah, there you go.
The last outfielder. Well, no, I do like Montel Steiny. I like a lot of the. It's not enough.
The Giants don't have one young player. How about this? They don't have one young player on their roster who's as encouraging as Brock Purdy is on the Niners roster.
Well,
they don't have anything
that's
close
a hard
to a
sell because I want to say they got a few, Steiny.
Easy sell.
Bailey behind the plate
that's
defensively.
Great. 262, and he's a good arm. I'm talking about Brock, Super Bowl champion Purdy. Mm-hmm.
They do need an infusion, man. I just don't know if they got the guy that can go close. Coffee's for closers. Glenn Ross. Can he close, Steiny? Oh, and let's put the rat on the table again. Brought to you by Atco. We don't know what's going on with Ohtani. He may be having a procedure. You still go all in on him?
I'm not sure.
No, those are the decisions you get paid.
I actually have an opinion that I think is people would disagree with, but I actually believe it. Now I'm starting to believe it.
Sure.
I think even if the Giants got Ohtani, I don't think they would sell out 6 straight years.
Now, give us the analytics behind that. There's no way.
Because
what? In the Bay?
Even if they don't win? They'll sell out even if they don't win? Well, they didn't win in
but you're
California.
Coming because you're starting a relationship with a player that's a unicorn. The Asian community here in the Bay Area.
How's that unicorn done for the Angels? They haven't gone to the postseason, is what I'm saying. I think they'd have to Ohtani and the postseason.
But you're taking.
If they bring Ohtani up here and they're still the Angels, they're not selling out every game.
But if I own a restaurant and I change chefs and I got the top chef in my restaurant, you can't tell me that there's no impact and more people coming to the restaurant before we do the grand opening.
That's right, but it's no guarantee that the food's going to be better just because the chef's different.
But at the end of the day, the message to the fan base is we're trying, and we delivered. Okay. We'll see how it plays out.
I just don't think they're getting 40,000+ even with Ohtani. God.
Evan, do you think if they got Ohtani, that place wouldn't be packed, honestly?
500 team, just like the Angels. Actually, under 500.
No, attendance would certainly increase, but they wouldn't be selling out every game. I don't even know if they won the World Series, if they'd continue to sell out if they didn't continue to keep winning. I think also the price barrier is just so ridiculous now. To go to see one game, it's a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah. Mark's in Vegas. Hey, Mark, what's going on, buddy?
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
My thing is that we're people now that we're a bandwagon. If your team is winning and you're in the playoffs, you're going to have people get into that are going to fill the seats. The Sharks have done it. The Giants have done it. Even the 2000-something Oakland A's did it when they won 20 games back in the day. So as far as a person as a name player, it's just Gary Radnitz used to have a saying.
Give it to me.
When people were in the playoffs, you got to pull up the bandwagon because that's all we are bandwagon fans in the Bay Area.
Oh,
now
he was gutsy. Gary was gutsy. But he didn't.
That ain't true.
Guru, he didn't just say what he knew people wanted to hear.
Right.
Just think about that.
I was on the mic with Gary. You ever were on the mic with him? I was in the studio.
Co-hosted with him many times.
Look at I've never seen you get big head like that.
I'm not big headed. Way back in the day. Dude, I'm a fossil, man. I've been around since the Paleozoic era, bro.
Well, don't ages.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But anyway, Gary was wrong on that one. It's some diehards. Come on now. I've been here my whole life. I know them. I work with them. It's diehard. Stop.
What's diehard?
There are diehards in this market.
Well, there are diehards everywhere.
Well, yeah. Gary said the Bay Area is just a bandwagon market.
Well, it is for the most part.
We Believe had people when it was bad. That's why
bandwagon. Oh, no. The Warriors are different.
Okay, gotcha. Right.
But what he's saying, the Giants are boring this shit.
So there can't be a we believe because the fans are showing you they don't believe before the possible playoffs. Does that mean there's no we believe?
I don't know.
I just hate seeing those green seats.
Why? Why do you hate it?
Because it's bad for business. It's telling you something. Business. It's a signal.
Yeah.
We need a star.
See,
last stud we had in the outfield was Chili Davis.
I'm pressing you here. Who do you feel bad for?
Oh, the Bay. 49er Frankie, Shasky, Bonte, Willard, Dibbs.
You know you can't win 90% of your games every year.
I watch every inning, Steiny. I want to watch. I want to watch somebody with Arthur Fonzarelli. Has always been my aim. Give me somebody with swag. Give me Cespedes, Ricky Henderson. Give me something to look forward to. And I watch dead men walking. And right now, I'm tired of J.D. Davis chasing. I'm tired of.
He just hit a game-winning homer.
That was a big one too. But you know what I mean? A cast of misfits. That's what it feels like. Give me the Padres. Even with them imploding, they got style.
And you just said it. And that's where I'm confounded at times. Because sometimes winning it all is all that matters. And then sometimes you'd rather have a team that's 8 games under 500 because they got names. I never know which it's going to be.
Names of those caliber that the Padres have equal hope. That's all. You don't want it to be the experience that Melvin's fired. I hope he's not. I love him. I think he's done. He'll be the scapegoat. But Steiny, when you got that firepower, one, your organization is trying. Two,
Giants are trying.
You're not boring. They're boring.
Yeah, but they're better than the Padres. They're better. It's like San Antonio Spurs. So what if they're boring? If they win.
Oh, no. I never thought the Spurs
you did.
Stop.
Not enough
They had
swag.
that brand of basketball.
You said you hated Tim Duncan because he didn't have a personality.
No, I went to Stanford when he was a senior, and they had all the seniors, and I didn't think he was going to do anything with the likes of Karl Malone. It was at Stanford. All the seniors came out, and they had like this workout. I was there at the little what do you call it?
I have no idea.
On the hill.
On the hill?
Their gym. What do you call the gym?
Well, that's USF.
No, I said Stanford.
Maples.
Yeah. And
but you said on the hill, that's usually USF.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I meant it because it had spring that floor I played on. Yeah. But I saw Tim Duncan like he ain't going to do nothing with the likes of Karl Malone.
That's about right.
Yeah. I admit it. You were wrong on Steph?
No, I wasn't. Absolutely not.
Now I'm
He was wrong about AC Law.
Right, boy, yeah.
I never said, you.
He knows you because
I never said he was a bust.
You fueled him.
You thought Duncan was going to be no good. I never said Steph Curry's not an NBA player.
I didn't think Duncan would be Duncan, one of the greats.
Well, I knew Steph was going to be a good combo guard.
I'm being honest. It's random. Sure. Speaking of which, #random. Is Duncan your number one power forward?
Gotta say something.
You know what? I want to piss the boss off. I want a little dead air.
It's not Garnett, I'll tell you that.
You know what? Every once in a while, I know it's crazy for sports talk radio, but every once in a while, it does pay off to think before you talk.
Oh, boy.
So I was actually thinking before I responded. It's very unusual. Who else is up there?
Karl Malone, Mikhail.
No, Duncan to me is the most underrated great player of all time. The guy won 5 titles. To me, he's well above Kobe, for example.
I didn't ask you that,
list.
damn it. Kobe don't play his position.
I have him above Bird, Tim Duncan.
Well, how good? I'm getting kind of in my feelings.
Sorry.
Karl Malone doesn't come to mind for you?
I'd rather have Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was like Defensive Player of the Year. He's great.
No, he was a badass.
I know it's defense, Goo.
Stop, please.
You almost... Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you penalize guys who play defense?
that if you knew who I was and why I know NBA players and I'm friends with Handy, that was my staple was D.
Oh, really?
I put you on your ass. I was the enforcer. So, of course, I love defense, Steiny.
Just don't pay it short shrift. Defense is important half the game.
And Duncan didn't win those chips by himself, just like Kobe. He had a great team and other Hall of Famers in different locales.
He was the best player on his championship team. And Shaq was the best player on the Lakers championship team. CJ in the city. I'm just messing now. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Steiny?
Hey.
What's up, Guru?
What's up, baby?
It's nice to hear you guys once again.
Thanks.
Man, hearing you guys talk about the Giants has got me thinking because I feel like, honestly, there's a bit of a disconnect between Gabe Kapler, the fan base, and his own team. I feel like Gabe Kapler doesn't take questioning his decision-making too well. I mean, he does it all the time when reporters ask him, and he kind of makes them questions their intelligence when they ask about his decisions. And I remember a couple of seasons ago, I can't remember who was on the bump, but he was pulling out a relief pitcher and he just gave him like a fit, and Gabe just kind of stared him down. So I don't know if Gabe has like the right attitude with the players. I don't know if the players entirely respect Gabe. I mean, they respect Gabe because he's a specimen, but I don't know if they respect Gabe because, like, you know, of like the way he carries himself around the clubhouse.
Right.
As far as Farhan goes, I think Farhan has done a tremendous job with the organization. Just look at the prospects that we have. Just look at our farm system. He's completely turned that around.
What about the free agents, though?
Man, that's the thing. I think that the San Francisco fan base has this big like fantasy with big name stars, and I feel like as an organization, we've produced those big name stars. I mean, Tim Lincecum, you know, Cy Young Award winner, the Freak, 55, Matt Cain, perfect game. You know, like we just produce these kind of homegrown talents, and that's what we've gotten accustomed to. Sure, we've acquired some throughout the deadlines, but for the most part, it's been homegrown talent. Mad Bum, you know, I can go on. And when we have acquired talent, it hasn't been big name stars. It's been guys like Marco Scudero and other guys who just get it.
Do you think maybe it's time to change that mindset and go get an Ohtani? And maybe that's why there's not a lot of people in the bleachers?
I think the last time they went out and tried to get a big name superstar, look at Carlos Correa, right? They were cautious and they were right. He's not producing this season. Ohtani has gotten injured, so I don't know if they were to get Ohtani, what kind of deal they would give him, but they are smart when it comes to handing out big name contracts, and as a fan, I can appreciate that. We're not out here throwing out money. I mean, the last time we did that, I think it was with, what was that?
Zito?
Can't remember. No, Zito ended up working out. He pitched a great game. I can respect Zito. I can't remember whether it was an outfielder or Molina or something like that, but it doesn't always work out. So Farhan has the right mindset. He's getting the right players. One thing that I do have to question is, why did they send back Marco Luciano? He seemed like he was on a hot streak. He was getting it. So that's my only thing.
You know what? No, I appreciate it. Good stuff.
He was rolling. He'll be at the game.
I have no idea why they call guys up and put them down. You know what I mean?
Man.
And they do it. There's obviously a lot of reasons. Listen, let me play devil's advocate. I don't like to do that.
Al Pacino.
But why don't you give the Giants credit for having an organizational philosophy? And the organizational philosophy under Farhan is to build up their farm system. Look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Do they rely on signing free agents?
No.
Right, because they can't. So they have to develop from within.
They get the top pick every year, though, Steiny. Okay. But I don't know if there's a Chet Holmgren on the Giants. I don't, come on now.
Well, that's my point. Their organizational philosophy.
And the Thunder are fun to watch. You were front row. Dort.
He's
come on, Steiny. Come on, man. Oklahoma,
you don't get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the Giants, they are not the team that goes out and gets free agents.
All right, but we're 7 years of building up a farm. How long are you going to take? And it's not built up to where these youngsters are going to compete in the NL West next year if you give it to them. So I'm asking you, how long do you need? How long do you need for your vision to manifest? Because let me tell you something, Farhan.
Oklahoma City's?
let you use my glasses.
Right.
Because in my lenses,
So easy
asses
to
are
do
not in
this
the
right
seats. Asses are not, it's not coinciding. Nobody's going to the park to say, let's watch these youngsters. That would be different. No, Steiny, people ain't coming.
I know.
Why?
Because they don't
This
have
ain't
any
year
personnel.
one.
But quit. Look, nobody
You
wants to
gave me a
play
scenario.
here. Nobody wants to play here.
I hate that.
It's true, though.
Don't give me... Do you really believe that?
Yes, I do.
Correa was coming.
Okay.
They did good on that. I can't stand watching them play now. Like, thank God they didn't
They're going to end
him.
up overpaying for a guy.
Sometimes you might have to do... Okay, I'm being so...
I'm so sick of this idea that, if the Giants sign a free agent, they're going to win it all.
No, hey, I'm not saying that it's baseball.
Stop
if Mike Trout is available, do you, as Farhan, if you're here, do you take a flyer?
What does that mean, take a flyer?
Try to get him in a Giant uniform.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. Why not?
Because he probably doesn't want to play here. I'm just guessing, but a lot of players don't for whatever reason.
Man, we'll see. I had your back. Yeah, OKC, they got a mixture. I like what they got going. Where you going? Whoa, going to the Thunder game. Yeah. Giants.
This is fine. This is Steiny philosophy is correct, but Farhan had 5 years to implement that philosophy, and he's failed. Has he failed? Has he? Has he failed? Let's take a look. Year one, Bochy's last year. What do you expect? Year two, 29-31.
Okay.
Year three, they won 107 games. Okay. Does that not count for anything?
29-31, you had a series against the Rockies, the last series in which you could have got in.
You almost made it. So they're knocking on the door.
Okay, 107.
They're in contention. Then they win 107.
Was 107.
Then they win 81, and now they're in the playoff hunt again. 107 wins by any major league team is a fluke.
But okay, you know what? I like that. What are you moving forward, though? Do we know who the Giants are and what they're trying to do, Steiny?
Yes, I do think we know that.
So 2020.
I really do.
Let's just say the season's over tonight. Giant fans going to look forward to next year outside of
probably not
feeling like you're in Sacramento watching AAA. I don't know, but I know they need a big boy or boys.
I don't know.
Rodon said night, so you're right.
Did they have a big boy when they won 107 games?
But no. And but they lost to a team that had big boys. They lost to the Dodgers.
Let me tell you.
Who've owned the division for the last decade.
And let me tell you what really chaps me. Is and I know, I'm not a Kapler fan, but people are just glossing over a 107 win season. Please.
Was it an anomaly, Steiny?
Of course it was an anomaly, but they're in the playoff hunt this year. And they were in the playoff hunt that first COVID year, as bad as they were. I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying, not one thing. But I can make a case that Farhan and Kapler have done pretty good here. And if they get into the playoffs this year, what more do you want? And I know it was more excitement. Yeah. I get it.
I don't want to. I know Wood's not having the best year in Stripling, but the barking that we're starting to hear from players in regard to their role, Minaya joined Willard and Dibbs. I don't know what my role is. That's starting to get a little volume to that. And I'm asking, do you think that's good for Kapler?
Well, I don't think it has any. I mean, they might be mad at Kapler, but they should be mad at Farhan. Kapler's he's just following orders. He's been told to manage this way. He manages this way. So when Kapler makes a decision to take out a pitcher early, they know he's just a messenger from a guy who's higher up. Now, they might not like Kapler anyway.
Man.
They might not like Kapler anyway.
And I think there's something to that.